Did you know that Christianity is quietly but steadily growing in parts of Asia where Islam has long been the dominant faith? It might sound surprising. After all, many of these nations are known for their deep-rooted Islamic traditions, conservative values, and tight control over religious expression. But beneath the surface, something remarkable is happening. Whether through underground gatherings, digital evangelism, or simple acts of personal faith, Christianity is finding new ground in some of the most unexpected places. And in 2025, the trend is more visible than ever. Let's journey through 10 Asian nations where Christianity is not just surviving, but thriving in new and fascinating ways. 1. Saudi Arabia. We start where you'd least expect, Saudi Arabia, the birthplace of Islam, a country where the public practice of any non-Islamic religion is banned, yet quietly, Christianity is growing. How? Through the millions of expatriates living and working here, many from the Philippines, India, and African nations. They gather in secret house churches, hold prayer meetings online, and nurture faith in private. But 2025 feels different. As Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman continues to reshape Saudi society under Vision 2030, whispers of reform and tolerance are growing louder. While public worship is still off limits, social attitudes are ever so slightly shifting. Christianity in Saudi Arabia isn't about massive revivals, it's about resilience, faith behind closed doors, hope in hushed voices. 2. Indonesia. Indonesia, the world's largest Muslim-majority country, is also one of its most religiously diverse, and Christianity here is on the rise, especially in regions like Papua, Maluku, and North Sulawesi. But what's really changing the game in 2025? Digital outreach, TikTok preachers, YouTube testimonies, Instagram ministries. The next generation of Indonesian Christians aren't meeting just in churches. They're building online communities, attending live stream Bible studies, and sharing faith through music, reels, and podcasts. In a country with 277 million people and a young, tech-savvy population, digital evangelism is transforming Christianity from a minority religion into a growing force. 3. Turkey. Turkey is often called a bridge between East and West. Historically Christian, now overwhelmingly Muslim, but the tide is shifting, especially in 2025. More and more ethnic Turks, especially in Istanbul and Izmir, are exploring Christianity. Some rediscover their Armenian or Greek Christian roots, others convert quietly, drawn by the message of grace and peace. New churches, once rare, are now registering legally. Interfaith forums are becoming more common. And in a political climate that's slowly warming to religious diversity, Christian voices are cautiously stepping into the light. This isn't just about conversion, it's about spiritual curiosity in a secularizing society. 4. Malaysia. In Malaysia, faith is deeply woven into daily life. While Islam is the official religion, Christianity has deep roots, particularly in East Malaysia, Sabah, and Sarawak. Here, indigenous communities like the Kadazan, Dusun, and Iban have embraced Christianity for generations. But in 2025, we're seeing growth beyond these groups. Young urban Malaysians disillusioned with institutional religion are turning to Christianity for its message of love, equality, and community. Online forums, support groups, and campus fellowships are helping bridge the gap. Malaysia's legal framework still limits religious freedom in some states, especially for ethnic Malays. But the movement is growing not by loud declarations, but through acts of service, kindness, and faith that resonates on a human level. 5. Kazakhstan. Kazakhstan might not be the first country that comes to mind when you think of religious revival, but this Central Asian nation is a melting pot of cultures and faiths. Islam is the majority religion, but thanks to decades of religious tolerance, Christianity has quietly flourished, especially among ethnic Russians, Ukrainians, and Germans. In 2025, young Kazakhs are increasingly exploring Christianity not as a rejection of tradition, but as a spiritual alternative. House churches are growing. Christian radio and podcasts are reaching remote villages, and the government, so far, is allowing this peaceful coexistence to continue. Kazakhstan may just be a quiet success story in the making. 6. Bangladesh. In Bangladesh, Islam dominates the cultural and religious landscape, yet Christianity is spreading particularly among tribal groups like the Santal, Garo, and Chakma. Often marginalized and underserved, these communities are drawn to Christianity through its social services schools, hospitals, and development programs. But there's more. In 2025, young Bangladeshis are using mobile apps and Bible translations in local dialects to study the faith. Social media influencers and Christian creators are emerging, offering encouragement in a society where public conversion remains risky. Here, the gospel is moving quietly, person to person, heart to heart. 7. Tatarstan, Russia. Tatarstan, a republic within the Russian Federation, is majority Muslim but constitutionally secular. In recent years, especially post-2022, the region has seen a rise in Christian interest. Why? Because many Tatar youth are pushing back against cultural pressures. Some are exploring Eastern Orthodoxy, others are embracing Protestant or evangelical expressions of Christianity. In 2025, Christian podcasts in Tatar and Russian are gaining popularity. Churches in Kazan report more local attendees. And while conversion still draws social pushback, there's a new openness among students and creatives. Faith here isn't just about religion, it's about identity in flux. 8. Uzbekistan. In Uzbekistan, Christianity was once heavily suppressed under Soviet rule, but the 2020s are witnessing a cautious revival. Thanks to government reforms and a desire to improve international relations, Uzbekistan has slowly relaxed religious restrictions. Christian denominations, especially evangelical and Pentecostal groups, are gaining ground. In 2025, we're seeing more open baptisms, more Bible distributions, and even the first Christian music festival held in Tashkent, albeit under tight security. For Uzbeks raised in a post-atheist, now predominantly Muslim society, Christianity represents something fresh, personal, and deeply transformative. 9. Iran. Yes, Iran. One of the most unlikely places for Christianity to grow, and yet it might just be the country with the fastest growing underground church in the world. Despite harsh persecution, millions of Iranians, especially women and youth, are turning to Christianity in secret. Satellite television broadcasts, encrypted Bible apps, and word-of-mouth house church movements are transforming hearts across the nation. By 2025, ex-Muslim Christian testimonies flood the internet in Persian, and the government, aware but unable to fully stop the tide, is intensifying surveillance, yet faith spreads faster. Iran's underground church is not just surviving, it's thriving, against all odds. 10. Turkmenistan. In one of the most closed countries on earth, Christianity is finding cracks in the walls. Turkmenistan's government strictly controls religion, limiting all unregistered religious activity. But even here, courageous believers gather in homes, share scripture in secret, and connect through smuggled materials and encrypted networks. In 2025, new translations of the Bible in Turkmen are circulating quietly, and stories of dreams, visions, and personal encounters with Christ continue to emerge, especially among the youth. For many, Christianity isn't just a belief system, it's a lifeline. Across Asia, from the deserts of Saudi Arabia to the steppes of Kazakhstan, the gospel is spreading not through power or politics, but through people. Ordinary people choosing faith in extraordinary circumstances. This isn't about numbers or grand cathedrals. It's about hope, community, renewal. In 2025, Christianity in Asia is growing not because it's easy, but because it speaks to the human heart in a way nothing else does. What do you think about this surprising trend? Could Asia become the next center of Christian growth in the world? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video to keep the conversation going. Thank you for watching.